YouTube analytics, how you can find different things and how you can use them to your advantage. So if you go into the YouTube studio and you go to analytics right here, you can get all sorts of overview. It tells you a lot of cool things, how many views you got in the last 28 days. Channel's been going down pretty good here on Buy 9 to 5, but that's because I'm literally posting a video or two a month now. Don't do that. Post consistently. Post at least once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, something like that. If you can post a video a day, that is awesome. If you can somehow get out 2 a day, then that is absolutely great. So I've been doing 1 or 2 a month, and as you can see, it's going downhill. But that's because I've been working on this new website. This course has taken me forever to work on. Then I also have my other 3 channels that I am working on. So Buy 9 to 5 channel is kind of my last thing that I work on. And so anyways, if we go ahead and we look at the analytics here, a few different things that are important that you need to know. First of all, reach. So if you look at the reach, these are things that you want to know. You want to know where your traffic is coming from. So a lot of my views are coming from search. So that is just ones that are coming from your search terms, which is good. That means that, I'm doing a good job of ranking videos and getting people to find my videos by the keywords I'm choosing, getting people to click on my videos and get click through and all those sort of things. Channel page are basically people who, come to your channel and watch your videos. So a lot of those are going to be subscribers. And then we have browse features, which is traffic from the home page or home screen, the subscription feed, and other browsing features. So, just things that are on the home page. So maybe it'll be like, hey, someone you're subscribed to is posting this video. Suggested views is what you want to start getting to. So you want to get from the YouTube search and then transition that into having most of your views come from suggested. And so we talked a lot about how we can do that. We can do that through, consistent metadata where we're using similar tags on our videos, similar titles, things that are going to make people watch in loops, playlists, end cards, all of those things that are going to make people continue to watch more of your videos. Other YouTube features are traffic from within YouTube that doesn't fall into the other categories. So partner promotions, dashboard, things like that. Then you can see your external sources. So this is nice to know as well, especially what we're going to talk about later, where you can actually, put things on Facebook or put things on, other forums. And so then you can actually take a look at how many people from these posts that I'm doing on forums or Facebook or whatever are actually coming and watching the video. You can see all of that here. And you can see all this at a video level as well, which I'm going to show you. And so then you can see what videos are actually suggesting your videos. So you can see and a lot of them are coming from my videos, which is good. That's a good thing. And then you can also see which search terms are actually making people find you. So this is in the last 28 days, but you can also filter this by lifetime. So if you filter this by lifetime, my top search term is Buy 9 to 5. My second one is how to make money on YouTube. My third one is make money on YouTube. So that's good. That's a pretty hard to rank for keyword, which means I've been able to rank for some hard to rank for keywords. And you can see, how your playlists are playing out, how your so you can see all of these things right here. And so right here, it will show you how many total impressions you've had. So impressions are how many times your video is shown to anybody. So that is an impression. And then if they click on it, it becomes a click through. Okay. And so what is considered a good click through rate percentage is 5%. So as you can see, 4.8% click through rate, which means that I'm doing a pretty decent job of getting people to click on my videos through my titles and my thumbnails. And so that's a good thing. And then so I've had 480,000 views from impressions. I've had 41% from YouTube recommending my content. And it shows you breakdowns, 23% recommended on the home page, 18% recommended on the watch page. And so ideally you want to start getting this number to go up and up and up. So you want to get so at the beginning you want YouTube search to be where people are getting where you're getting your views from. Then you want to transition into this where you're getting a lot of suggested. And so some other things that you can look at here is engagement. So then there's a lot of other data you can look through as well. You can look to how many subscribers are actually turning on bell notifications in the audience section. So then if you want, you can start trying to find ways incentives or whatever it is to get more people to turn on that bell, which will help you get views as well. And then beyond that, then you can dive into the video level, okay? So you can look at the analytics of any video. So basically what you want to do is you want to break down. So there's some things that you want to look at here. So for instance, audience retention, that's an important thing to look at. So you can see where in the video people start dropping off. So on some videos, you might see a huge drop off somewhere, and that'll tell you you did something wrong that you should probably change. So if we look right here, people drop off in the first, and this is pretty normal to have people drop off at the very beginning. But say there was like a big drop off like right here. I could go and look. Like, so say 20% of my audience drops off at 340. You can go and click on this and look at what you did. This will tell you, okay, am I doing something here that people don't like and makes them leave? Because retention rate is really important. So you want to know what's making people stay and what's making people leave. There could be a time where it drops off and then it picks back up and gets higher. That would mean they skipped to the somewhere in the video. So maybe you did something really boring, like advertise your course or something, and then up here is where people start coming back. Okay, so those are the things you want to study and figure out, okay, and then make some changes and be like, okay, is my retention rate any better now? Are people staying longer than they were before because I'm doing something different due to that change? And so those are some things that you can make some actual changes and study, how those changes, help your channel. So if you go back to the analytics and then you do like lifetime, okay, you can hit advanced mode up here, and this will show you all sorts of stuff that you can actually sort through. Okay, so for instance, you could look and see, for instance, you can go and sort by click-through rate, and this will tell you, okay, these are the videos and thumbnails that got the best views, okay? So these are the videos that made people click the most. So you could dissect like which thumbnails are working better for your niche than others. What titles did you do that worked better than others? And then you can also go to which ones had the lowest click-through rate and say, okay, so obviously these thumbnails are not good, these titles are not good, and you can start learning which things actually work better and which things actually give you better success with your particular niche or audience than others. And so if you go into your videos and you look at the analytics of a video, you can get a lot of ideas about things that you can change. So off the bat, if your impressions are low on a video, that means people aren't finding it, which means that your keywords are probably off. Maybe you tried to rank for keywords that are too hard to rank for. Maybe you did a bad job of finding keywords that are high search volume and low competition. So maybe you need to change the tags and, the tag that's in your title and try to rank for something else. And then, you can do that right now. Change the title, change the keywords, and see if maybe you can get that video to retake off. If your impressions are low, that's why you didn't go after the right keywords, okay? And so then if your click-through rate is bad, which 9.7 is a really good click-through rate, so obviously this click-through on the video did really well. So if your click-through is bad, then that means you need to change your title and your thumbnail, okay? So basically you'll know exactly what to do based on the data. If the impressions are low, change your keywords and change the keywords that are in your title and all of those sort of things. If your click-through is low, change your thumbnail and your title. And then if your view duration is low, that means the video is just boring, or you can go in again and look at the retention. And if there's a spot where a bunch of people dropped off, you can actually go into the editor and you can actually cut that part out without having to re-upload the video. Say a bunch of people drop off like between 650 and like 750. So that would mean maybe I did something boring in that time that made people leave. Okay, so you can actually take that out without actually having to take down the video. So you just come in here, and so you'll hit trim, and then you'll hit split right down here, and then you will go to 750 and then hit split again, and then you'll just drag it across like that, and that will actually get rid of that spot. I'm going to click that thumbnail. Now I'm pretty sure that... So then you can actually watch the video and see what your change will do. As you can see, it skipped that part in the video. Then I can hit save and it will cut that part out. So if there's a spot where it was boring and people dropped off, you can actually fix that without even taking down the video, which is really cool. You can also add a blur. So if you notice that you maybe put something in that you didn't want to have in there, without having to take down the video, you can also blur that part out as well. So another cool thing that you can do without having to actually take down the video. And so another thing that you can do is see where your times are for the last 48 hours for when people are watching your videos. So I'm not getting tons of views right now because I have not posted a video on here in like 2 or 3 weeks. But if you're getting consistent views on here, you can get an idea of where the peaks are. So for me, like, 5 to 6, 6 to 7 is a peak time, okay? And so what you want to do is try to post like a couple hours before the peak. So that tells me that if the peak is... And this is kind of a bad example because it's pretty even all the way across the board. But if there was more of a peak, it'd be easier to tell. But so say the peak was 5 to 6 or 6 to 7. You'd want to post your video probably around 3 to 4 o'clock. Okay, so you're posting right before that peak. So then as those people are getting on, they're getting notified, they're seeing that new video. That's going to help you with that view velocity because then you're posting when that peak happens, and then the people are watching that video on that peak time when they're online, and then that's going to help that view velocity as well. So that is how you can see when the best time to post videos is for your channel. And so basically, just to recap, if your impressions are low, that means you need to work on your keywords and maybe change the keywords and the keywords that are in your tag and the keywords you're trying to rank for. If your click-through rate is low, then you need to change your thumbnail and change your title. And then if your retention is low, you need to think about taking out a part that was boring, or just learn for the next video how you can make it more entertaining the next time, make some changes, and see if your retention rate gets better. So those are some of the ways that you can use the YouTube analytics to teach you how you can do better with your videos. Start hitting those key factors that are going to make you start going viral and start getting suggested.